1060 West Addison, an absolute madhouse. The Cubs hammering down their 9th series win of the season at Wrigley Field. They're now 9-9-1, and they're not slowing down right now. Jacob Webb, Weber Grills cooking the competition to the tune of a 4-run victory, 5-1. And now the fellas, they have the sweep in that crosshairs, and that will be the mission tomorrow. With that said, come on in, ladies and gentlemen. You've just checked in with us right here on Cubs Postgame Live, presented by Yuengling Flight, the next generation of light beer. Cole Wright, Cliff Floyd at your service. And as we said off the top of the show, this place an absolute madhouse, and for good reason, man.
Yeah, great baseball last couple of nights. When you think about this matchup, you're thinking about how is Javier Assad going to match up with one of the best pitchers in the game of baseball today. You know, looking for his first win with his new team, and boy, did he not disappoint. Right, 5 2/3, couple walks, but still in every pitch was competitive, and I think that's the biggest thing. And when I saw him tonight, my biggest thing was, can you keep the sinker down? And I thought, you know what, that sinker was working. When he got the 2 strikes, he was able to get to it and get some weak-induced contact. And when you have a steady diet of it and it's coming off the fingertips with the confidence that he had tonight, this is why I call him the jack of all trades. You want to give him opportunity, he will give you everything he has, and this was more than a quality. We always talk about quality starts. I don't like it when you go out there and have to go toe-to-toe with one of the best in the sport. But he was able to, just keep his boys in the ball game. Yes, right, he gives up a homer, and you're thinking, okay, right, just settle in.
Solo, though.
Well, one run ain't gonna kill you. But when you talk about backdooring the sinker, it has to be down. And Dave Roberts going to give him a slew of lefties to deal with. But right here in the 6th inning, boom, right, he gets the double play. And all this is to really good hitters, especially Andy Pius having a great season. But to me, the bat that I was looking at was Max Muncy when he challenged him. And tonight, he had an uptick with his sinker, and it was about 2 miles an hour, maybe a mile and a half, which is big for him.
It is.
Because he was sitting around 91, 92, and he couldn't get away with mistakes. I think when you are able to execute the way he did tonight and know that your velocity is going to be a tick higher, you can challenge dudes. And I'm not saying you're always going to be in the middle of the plate. But he elevated a couple fastballs to Max Muncy. He's like, here, hit it. If you hit it, cool, you beat me. I tip my hat to you. But he wasn't able to hit it, and I thought he was phenomenal tonight.
Is that the Tarik Skubal effect? They say a rising tide lifts all boats. When you're going up against a 2-time Cy Young Award winner and you're the opposing pitcher, you want to bring your A game to that hump, don't you?
Yeah, and you know what? The other thing is, you don't get worried about what the lineup looks like. I think when you look at this line, it speaks to, can I just go out there and execute my pitches? And he's pitching really good right now. So I felt like tonight he knew what he was up against. He couldn't make mistakes. He didn't make mistakes. He had a couple walks, as I mentioned. But he's going to pitch to contact. I think that's what allows him to stay in the game, right? Because if I know my sinker's working, then I know all I have to do is execute, because I know I have Gold Glove defense behind me.
Yeah, and that's one of the things we talk about all the time. It allows you to pitch with a sense of calm when you're out there on the hill and you have these 7 Gold Glove caliber defenders out there behind you. It makes life just that much easier, no doubt about it. And Javier Assad, tip of the cap from us to you. But let's get to our insurance play of the game, presented by Insure on the Spot. That's when the fellas, they assume the role of Wile E. Coyote and push down on that TNT plunger. They absolutely blew the game open at this point, Cliff.
Well, you know what? They had another night where you had 3 2-out RBIs, right? And so these are big opportunities. PCA is going to put himself in scoring position every time he gets on base. And then Sayre right here with the big knock again. So all these are extra runs, insurance runs, if you want to look at it. Insurance play of the night. And I just felt like they executed with 2 outs again. And when you're starting to fill that hit column up with the hits at the top of the order, when you get 4 knocks against one of the best pitchers, it's just allowing your supporting cast players throughout the lineup to kind of be at ease a little bit, not complacent, just a little easier.
Yeah, it's like someone had a good feeling about these fellas up against Tarik Skubal.
Why you didn't say it in
PCA? Well, I said it during commercial break. Yeah. Maybe we have that recorded. Either way, PCA 4 games so far this season with multiple hits and steals, and his Chicago Cubs, and they're 4-0 in each and every single one of them. PCA, he's catching up with Taylor McGregor.
Thank you. Pete, we know all these games count the same, but how would you describe what it was like playing baseball at Wrigley Field tonight?
I don't know, man. I mean, there's It's always great. No, I really do think that this is no different. We show up and we do the same work every day, but that's not to say that these people didn't show up the last 2 days in full force. It's always nice hearing this song. So playing here is a blessing, and there are some days that you may appreciate it more than the next.
Tonight, so many guys with big hits, but Dansby Swanson, so good against the fastball. Do you have any conversations with him about his home run or any of at-bats during the game?
No. And that's not because I don't want to. That's not because I don't want to. But I think we're also locked in on our own plans. I think jumping on that first pitch that he did when he hit the homer was perfect. I think Scoob's he's a competitor and he loves attacking guys. So having that in mind, I think Dansby executed tonight so well. And even the last two at bats, getting a couple more, getting a guy on second base and starting inning off, like he had really, really solid team at bats tonight.
So many things you could say about this pitching staff, but with Jacob Webb, the way that he's been able to really stabilize the back end of this bullpen, what stands out?
Yeah, he's another guy that's been willing to fill any role that's been asked of him. So the flexibility he's just shown and the adaptability he's been willing to show up every day with it's admirable. But when you got a 2-5 and you've thrown the 5th, the 6th, the 7th, the 8th, the 9th, like I hope he goes home every day feeling really good about his year because it's been incredible.
Thank you, Pete.